panic and just have fun with them, which is not exactly something you want to do when you're stuck against FlipSid tactics.
Certainly isn't. So, first game is going to answer a lot of our questions about both of these squads. Resonant, we haven't seen them for a long time. What have they got up their sleeve against FlipSid tactics? We are about to find out. And for Resonant, for you, Carpet, what is the key for them winning? What do they need to look for?
We saw them perform so well early, and there it is. Already a goal off the bat. Metzanaris getting the goal from the midfield. They really just cannot give FlipSid any space. Suffocate them out as much as possible. Take the shots on net, make them panic.
So Resonant take an early lead off that shot. Only 12 seconds into this matchup. Can they continue to pile on that pressure? Greasy takes that one off the side. Now goes for the individual goal. We're only like 17 seconds into this match, Carpet. What's going on?
Both the teams can just kind of relax.
Yeah.
That contest for Magnus, I think, was probably not very worthwhile. He not only didn't get the boost, but he didn't even get anywhere near a contest on that. He probably should have slowed down, tried to shadow him, and then get a contest that way, as opposed to leaving his goalie alone in the net.
Greasy up on the sidewall with the clearance. He's actually found Cooks there. Over to Marky. Cooks actually takes that one away from Marky, so maybe some of that cheeky goal steals coming out. Remember those two fighting off for the best scorer in Europe. Magnus now over into the corner. A lot needs to follow this up onto the wall. Greasy goes down. He's going to try and use that roof over with a pass to Marky Duda. Not quite making contact. Now Cooks gets that into the corner. Or at least he tried to before Magnus continued to pile this on, but Marky Duda already there, ready and waiting for that shot that did come in. Metzanaris is just going to stare down Greasy. Greasy used Scary Glare. It was very effective on the retreating defender. As Magnus tries to put that one down, this should be cleared away by Greasy. Slow pace now for both of these teams. It's going to be Cooks here putting that one down, finally saved by Magnus. It just seems like Resonant happy to play these long clears and then follow style of game. I don't know how much I like that against FlipSid tactics.
Especially because we know their defense to offense is one of their strongest suits. Greasy trying to take Metz in a 1v1. He will get contested, and now Magnus. Can he follow this up for the second touch? Whew.
It's very close indeed, trying to put himself straight back down towards the goal. Could not use the arcing top of the roof, though, to set himself up properly. Now Cooks it, puts that one down, but Metzanaris with the clearance. All the way down to the other end. A lot's going to follow that. Actually got contact. Metzanaris can try and follow up yet again, but they really needed a lot touch to be on target. Now Cooks it by himself against Magnus. The door was shut down in his face. Marky Duda with another shot. Straight into Magnus yet again. Now Magnus, he can go onto that dribble, puts the ball up high. Greasy just puts it aside. 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining here. We are still all tied up. After a crazy start to this matchup, both of these teams now slowing it down, more individual plays, more hit and chase.
I would like to see Resonant with some more physical play. I think going against FlipSid tactics, who every now and then can get physical themselves, but their defensive rotations are tight, and again, with not much stress on them right now for this series, and all of them probably just trying to, right now, Cooks here, and Marky Duda just fighting for that top goal spot. There it is, though. Metzanaris will get the lead with 1 goal up.
And let's not forget, this is Resonant's series to win. They have got no other choice. So every single goal they score is another weight off their shoulders. As they will, in order to make land, have to beat FlipSid twice. Because if they do win this, then they will play FlipSid again in 2 weeks at our regional championships. Go all the way, but Marky Duda is on the goal line. Clears that one all the way to the other side. Cooks here. Try and beat a lot to that, but he was a little bit quicker. Still, the ball on the counter-attack. Marky Duda with the miss. Greasy right off the sidewall. Now Magnus early onto that. Cooks are using that wall with the long clearance. Minute and 55 seconds remaining. And FlipSid tactics still trying to follow up in this matchup. Cooks here, shot onto target. That's going to be an extra touch coming in from Marky Duda. Now followed up by Greasy Meister. And we are all tied up here.
Resonant a bit too dedicated for this. Magnus completely backwards and actually traveling backwards. It's kind of Rocket League 101. You never want to go backwards. It's why the half flip became a thing that people try to figure out how to do, and it was discovered so that you can turn around as quickly as possible and be more efficient.
So, crucial goal there for FlipSid in order to tie up this game. Greasy now up the wall. Netzinaris tried to come in and dunk that one into the net. Greasy yet again on the ball. Magnus, double tap from him. Not going to be anything too brutal for FlipSid to deal with, but they still sent 2 players towards that ball. But Resonant weren't able to capitalize. Marky Duda attempting the individual play. Check out FlipSid tactics spacing here. Looking for Cooks. It puts that one down straight to Marky. And those high-quality all-star plays almost coming out for FlipSid.
It took a series to get creative, but now we're starting to see it. And there's a demolition from Metz to Greasy. A 3v2 situation, short turn, but the respawn will be back.
I think FlipSid would just be happy to be able to see their opponent's half for once, especially after taking on Northern Gaming. You sort of just appreciate the little things in life, such as being able to actually participate in offense.
Ouch.
That's not an ouch. That is that's me trying to praise Northern Gaming as much as I possibly can, because that was impressive what we saw from them all weekend. So now it's going to be a miss. Marky Duda trying to get himself back. Netzinaris actually beats him to it and cooks it. Not there in time.
None of these goals horrendously creative. Magnus really just going up for that contest, forcing Greasy to get a touch he did not want to. It drops right back down, and a monstrous shot from Netzinaris in the corner will give them a 1-goal lead with just under 40 seconds remaining.
And I must say, FlipSid, the rotation's looking pretty lazy right now. It could almost be a case of they're not really putting as much emphasis on this series, as there is much less straight-on challenges than how we are used to seeing from them. As Cooks here plays it over to the corner. A lot can't do anything with that after he's been bumped around by Greasy. Netzinaris with the long clearance. Actually, a lot can now be a part of this. And that shot was on target from a lot. Incredible placement there from him. Robbed of that top 5 play from the save. Marky plays that one up high. Can Cooks it actually get there in time? No, he cannot. Now if the ball touches the floor, we're going to be game over. And Resonant will take game 1, but still over in the corner. Marky Duda plays it off the sidewall. Is there going to be any follow-up by Cooks? No, Netzinaris gets there in time, and that is going to touch the floor.
1 game out of the 3 they need to make sure they qualify at all, even for regional playoffs. Resonant starting off strong, and you mentioned FlipSid seemed a little bit ugly on their rotations, a little bit sloppy or sluggish. And as much as you want to just say, well, they have nothing to play for, at the same time, they've still got the stats. You've got, Cooks here and Marky Duda trying to probably beat each other out, and whoever's got the most goals, neither getting any. Greasy actually getting the only 2 goals they had that game. So still, Cooks here in the lead by 1 goal for those.
Greasy's going to creep up on this one and somebody steal it from them. You know that, right?
All of a sudden, he takes the spot number 2 from one of them. But generally, when FlipSid tend to relax a little bit more, they actually just score more goals. From the games they kind of are messing around, are the ones they just get carried away with.
Yeah.
So it just really seems like they really might be struggling right now to just get their groove.
Could certainly be the case, but Resonant, they will not complain about this at all. They have taken game number 1, standout game there for Netzinaris, always where he needed to be. That 3rd-man rotation working out really well for him, and his shots always on target. That's what they need right now. They need a player to stand out.
And I think the pressure just from all day, most of the teams seem to be playing a little more defensive than usual, really leaving that man back, making sure that you don't make the mistake to let a silly goal in, which you can't really fault them for. I mean, in a situation like this, when right now, Resonant's just trying to qualify. They want to continue on with the RLCS. This could be the last time we see them this season, and they do not want that to be the case. So they're going to play a bit safe, especially when they're a goal up.
And Resonant was one of those teams that came into this season with a lot of fanfare behind them. They looked like they were one of those teams that had been picked up and just was in phenomenal shape. But they haven't quite been able to pull it off during this RLCS season. They'll want to have one more opportunity to show off what they can do. And they can only do that, though, by taking this series. Magnus looking for the pass over to Netzinaris. And Magnus with another bump onto Greasy as well. As Cooks here forced to clear that one away. That could go the entire way over to Magnus, though, who had the backboard covered. And a lot, yet again, they are just placing players on this backboard, waiting for anything. But how much boost do they have remaining to try and deal with this? Magnus is going to have to try and chase this one down now. And he's got up there. 2 players for him to look for. He almost managed to find one of his teammates. However, Greasy Meister puts an end to that plan. Greasy actually gets beat that by a lot. Marky Duda does not get too much contact onto that ball at all, though, and these passing plays from this Resonant squad becoming more and more frequent, just wanting to pass it all the way down to the other end of the field and try and get themselves a redirect. But Greasy's going to find Cooks here over into the middle. Now here comes the shot from Marky. That is A save there from Metzinaris, not only getting the save, but pushing it over into the side.
That right there is quality save and almost turning that into an opportunity themselves. And now Greasy might try and go for the second touch. Oh, bouncing straight down though. It's up to Cooks here for the angle, and he'll always get those from the corner. Cooks here 97 for the first goal of game 2.
Yeah, Greasy just tried to go for this one, but he found the arc at the top of the roof. But Cooks here in position to come in with that second rebound. Got himself the shot onto target. Now FlipSid in the lead.
You sound confused. Are they? Are they in the lead?
Are they in the lead? I don't know. It's hard to tell at times when you see mistakes coming out. Here's Cooks here trying to follow this one out. There's a lot with the clearance. He's got Magnus to aim for. Actually might have found him. Could go the entire way. Magnus uses the second part of his flip to turn that one in.
The timing on this is more difficult than anything. He gets that second flip so early on, knows the trajectory of his car, still manages to tap it perfectly towards the net. They took a mistake. Both of them went for that ball, and they turned it into a play. Instead, one sticks with the ball, and the other one goes for the cherry pick.
Well, you asked me if I was questioning it last time. There was no question on that shot whatsoever. A resounding shot coming out to turn that one into the net. And Resonant tie this game back up yet again. That's Magnus. Puts that one over to a lot. Has managed to find the passing play. These three-way passing plays coming together more often than not for Resonant. As you'll expect to see them go for it more and more as we continue on in this series. A lot puts that one down. Gets an early challenge. Still in possession of the ball though. Straight into the middle. Magnus tries to go all the way with that shot from the midway line. Greasy uses that backboard over to Marky Duda. There's a good challenge there from a lot. Metzinaris coming in from the background. Can he turn that one in? No, one touch, two touch. And that is how you do it.
Phenomenal play right now. It seems that Resonant is bringing out all of the weapons they have to offer. Beating out Cooks here for the defense, and then also placing it to where you can continue with the touch, get the second one. Metzinaris right now showcasing his skill.
Metzinaris having a standout couple of games for himself. Can he keep it up? He's going to need to. As Resonant find themselves in the lead. Plays that one down to the side. Magnus just trying to alleviate some pressure. Cuxir pass that one over to Greasy if he wants to. Greasy puts that one up high, and Cuxir rams himself into Marky Duda, so there's going to be no follow-up. Cuxir puts that one almost over to the side after Marky Duda originally found him. Here comes yet another shot. None of these really all that threatening though from FlipSid, just trying to hit it from too far out. And the rotations from Resonant mean that there's always someone back. Now Greasy. Long clearance from him. Cooks is going to try and follow it up. Gets it off the backboard. Marky Duda tries to get that one down, but not enough power. And directly at a lot. Means that it's going to be a simple enough save, but FlipSid tactics still in the offense. Down to the other end of the field. Marky Duda, you're going to be forced to turn this one into the corner. No one sat back there for FlipSid, so it means that they're going to be caught on that defense. Metzinaris plays off the backboard. A lot tries to get there in time. Here's the third player. No, they're going to try to rotate back instead. Resonant choosing to defend the lead rather than increase it.
A bit worrisome to see this from FlipSid tactics, especially now that they have not secured their spot in LAN, but only in the top 6. They have playoffs to still play through, and they seem to be struggling to get any kind of play going for themselves. They have some shots on target, but it's always with people from Resonant sitting and waiting for the save.
Marky's actually teed that one right up for Metzinaris. Greasy just got there in time. Ball up high yet again. And there's going to be a whiff. There's another whiff. And here we are. There's Metzinaris. Managing to end the streak for us. It's Greasy off the backboard. Marky with the follow-up. Just unable to get good contact on the offense is Marky Duda. It's becoming a worrisome trend for that man. As that ball is played all the way down to the other end of the field, Resonant will be happy with this. They can just take this ball and immediately clear it into FlipSid's half yet again. Now it's going to be a nice passing play. Cooks here, though, passes it straight up to Greasy, who launches it all the way from the other end. A lot. Oh, no! Turns it into his own net after hitting it into the post.
His heart 100% skipped a beat the moment he got the save. He's like, I got it. And then to know he's the one to turn it back in to tie the game up. FlipSid has been struggling with accuracy. At least Cooks here and Marky seem to, but Greasy seems to be the ground for them getting the shots they need.
There's two players after that ball. Greasy can put this one high yet again. It's an area the Resonant have struggled to deal with so far. Metzinaris, first player, with that ball. Magnus clearing into the corner. Greasy is going to take this into a dangerous position straight over to Cooks here, though, who can clear it all the way down to the other end of the pitch. And we could be about to see overtime unless Cooks could turn that one in. He could not. Metznaris is going to put that into the floor.
Overtime in a game number 2, Resonant fighting to continue on in the RLCS. And FlipSid trying to see who can get the most goals between Cooks here and Marky Duda.
Still Greasy winning that. Like, he's easily going to catch them up at this rate. He actually doesn't really stand much of a chance, but I like to dream. Marky Duda gets a dunk onto that one. Okay there, Marky Duda. That is a dunk, and that is a win for FlipSid.
Of all of the follow-throughs that pay off, it's that one. Mets even saw him coming and tried to put it around him, but Marky Duda using probably all of his boost to get that contest, stamping it right into net. He will stay only 1 goal down underneath Cooks here.
That's good. It's certainly good. He managed to get that goal to at least tie him up in this series, or that game for the very least. However, Resonant end up losing that game, a game that they were mostly in control of as well. That is not something that you want to be seeing from them if you want them to make it into the next round. Remember, if they win, they make playoffs. If they don't, it will be Penta versus FlipSid in 2 weeks' time.
7 shots to 8, so 7 shots for Resonant, 8 shots for FlipSid Tactics. Balancing that out, and the saves, we only have 3 from FlipSid, while we have 5 from Resonant Esports. So it's really interesting because it felt like Resonant had more control, but they had to make more saves. But none of the shots that FlipSid really made were that threatening. There was a couple of decent passing plays that they were able to pull off, but most of the time, Resonant was just sitting in net, got a touch, put it to the corner, cleared it out, tried to turn it into offense, waited again for some more shots.
I remember the goals that Resonant conceded, 2 of them were kind of more crazy scenarios than anything else. A lot tried to get himself the save, ended up hitting into the post, off him into the net, and then the other one was just that crazy dunk from Marky Duda to finish off the game. So maybe could just do with sitting themselves back a little bit more, making sure that they're more prepared for these saves and these more different scenarios that they're going to have to deal with. So, going to go into game number 3 here. Tied up at 1 game apiece between both of these teams. Resonant will want to try and push this game forward a little bit more, get some more boost control, and avoid any more difficult situations. Whilst FlipSid Tactics, the kings of putting teams into difficult situations, will beg to differ. A lot early clearance takes that all the way down to the other end of the field, but that's a lovely pass there from Marky, straight down to Cooks there. Now Marky, he's got Greasy to aim for. Greasy tries to leave it, expecting both Metznaris and a lot to commit to the ball. But they do not, and that means that they can get themselves an easy save. And now Resonant have their opportunity to attack, tries to push that one down. But Cooks here by himself. Side flip from him. He's got some teammates to look for, though. Magnus with the ball up high. Is it going to be a follow-up? Yes, pushed down by Metznaris. I didn't even see him on that back wall. But almost with that lovely pass straight down to his teammate. Metznaris with the pickup. Now can try and follow it. Double tap, but nope. Yeah, shoot and smash. Not coming out for Metznaris.
If Resonant can continue to play like this, they hands down will have this game. I mean, just that pass down from Metznaris from above FlipSid Tactics net really shows their awareness of each other's positioning, but they need to be careful on defense. Here's a shot for Marky, just wide.
A lot gets that one away, but only over to the oncoming grasp of Cuxir. Greasy wanted to get a double tap. Now a lot. He's got in a 1v1 situation. He's got it over one player, and that is going to hand his team the lead.
Forcing the goalie out of net. This is what we love to see in a 1v1 situation. Marky had to try and guess how high the pop was going to be, and that's what makes it so difficult. Once it's on top of your opponent's car, they can either do nothing, kind of pop it, or really pop it.
So lots of options there for a lot. Deals with it really well. Seen quite a number of players this weekend getting those 1v1 scenarios and just sort of wasting them with early shots. So a lot held his nerve really well. Once again, a lot in that gameplay. Pushing the ball forward. Cuxir wants the clearance. It's going to go over to Magnus. Can get another touch. No, he cannot. Just choosing to bail on that game. There's a shot from a lot. No, nothing through there. Come on, boys. All these whiffs are throwing me off just a little bit.
Marky's just showing off his backflip skills.
They're pretty good. 10 out of 10. Now show me your front flip and hit the ball skills. So Marky Duda just puts that one right in the way of a lot. That's going to be dangerous. Greasy ends up missing it, and Magnus Gonna have a simple goal right there.
Another backboard touch going unanswered. Greasy, look at all the boosts he had to use, and it was still such a hard read. And even if he did hit it, I think he was a little too far away from the wall. He just would have dropped it down in the net from the trajectory he was at. He needs to find that perfect angle and the perfect touch to clear it out. They do not, and now they are 2 goals down with 3 minutes left.
And Resonant will be happy to try and play this one in the slowest style possible. They've now got themselves a cushion, and these long clearances, expect to see plenty of them, as it's now FlipSid Tactics that need to make the plays. A lot just leaves it for Magnus, who goes for a shot, and Greasy has not even moved, just bolted to the floor.
I have no idea what FlipSid is doing, and this is extremely concerning for a team that still has to fight for their spot to qualify and land. Greasy going backwards. I'm assuming he had no boost. He had boost. I just checked, so I don't know why he didn't go for that.
I mean, I've got, you looked over at me, I've got no answers for you at all.
Help me, Shogun, help me!
There is no logical reason for it. Maybe mispositioning, maybe he felt you just couldn't turn around. I've got nothing. There's a lot, puts that one up high. He got Magnus. Are they going to make it 4? No, Cooksir takes that one away as Metznaris trying to go for a double fake. Cooksir puts that one onto target. Oh, and Magnus just gets there in time. Clears that one to the corner with accuracy and precision. And Resonant continue to dominate this game in the scoreline.
They have control, they have the pressure, and they're doing what it takes to, they're the ones that are moving FlipSid around the field, so they know exactly how to read the plays.
All the way down to the other end of the field, Markey gonna try and make use of that backboard. That's gonna actually go straight down. And if that was in front of the net, that could have been really dangerous for Resonant. Now they find themselves on the counter attack a lot. Takes one player out, can he go the entire way? No, Markey Dudar uses the wall to get extra power and clear it into the corner. There's still 90 seconds remaining here, and Resonant are all over FlipSid Tactics. Cooks here, going to try for the follow-up, but Magnus there first. Trying to just clear it all the way down to the other end. A lot now by himself against Cooks here, but Metznaris going to try and back him up with the clearance away, but only over to Greasy Meister. We're now seeing extra use of this backboard coming out, but no angles for FlipSid to really make use of. That might be one right there, but a lot gets an early block on that one.
Right now it seems that both teams are just flailing it back and forth, hoping an opportunity arises for them. A lot of backboard touches, FlipSid just kind of smacking it up there, hoping for the best. Resonant might not be contesting it, but they are following up the bounces enough to get in the way of the shots and cut off the angles.
Towards the middle, Magnus will be the first one onto it after Cooksir was blocked. Ball up high. Is there going to be any follow-up here? Nope. Greasy just gets beat to it every single time FlipSid try and get something going. It's just these long, lofting hits that Resonant are more than capable of dealing with. As we're finally into the last 22 seconds. And that is going to be the second game for Resonant, as they have now put this out of FlipSid Tactics' reach. And that's going to be number 4.
Very out of reach. They put their hand out, and just as they almost, actually they weren't even close.
They're not even close.
They put their hand out, and all there was black.
They looked for the binoculars, then they put a hand out.
And then they realized that
it was still a mile away.
Yeah, they didn't realize that the binoculars don't magnify your hand as well. Couldn't reach it. They're now 4 goals down, 13 seconds left. It's done. We might as well give everyone the Carpet and Shogun podcast episode number 3 at this rate.
Oh, okay, it's going to be the shortest one ever. We really need a bad name for this podcast.
No, it's a great name. It's self-explanatory.
You get what you want.
4 goals to 0.
That's ridiculous.
2-1 right now. Resonant fighting for their lives to make it into league, not league play. Sorry, regional playoffs. It's been a long day, man, and everything's going a mess.
I'm not going to argue on that one. It is a complete mess right now. Resonant in the driver's seat for this series. Very impressive with the way they're playing. They are not really all that flustered by any of these plays coming towards them. Just these long clearances. They look and just go, no.
Yeah.
I want to get rid of it.
Yeah. 9 shots to 6. Resonant in full control of that. And we need 5 saves for FlipSid Tactics. 4 saves for Resonant. 4 saves for Resonant. Yeah, I got that.
That's pretty difficult, isn't it?
Alliteration.
You know, I've found one of the problems, actually, with growing a beard.
What?
I'm half Scottish, so it's come out ginger when I'm on camera.
What? Dude, I would love to have a red beard.
Really?
Yeah. Red beards are sick.
Okay.
Plus, I feel like every awesome pirate had a red beard. You know?
You're forgetting Blackbeard.
No, that's true.
That one's in the name.
That isn't his name. He was the one and only.
He was the one. That's
one
why
and
they
only.
named him that. He was like, oh my god, you're so good. You got a black beard and you're good at pirating.
So, and thus the name. But right now, can Resonant pirate their way through this? That didn't work at all.
That was Leaf levels of inaccurate.
I was doing my best Leaf impression. I wanted to bring it back. It just didn't work out. It's been a long day, guys. Leave me alone.
Well, here's the important part right now, Carpet. One win is all it takes.
I should have said pillage.
Pillage.
Can they pillage their way through the rest of the
pillage is a good word.
It would have been great, but I'm an idiot.
Don't put yourself down like that. Let me do it instead, as we see a fake kickoff to start ourselves off in this matchup. Marquis is not going to be anywhere near that. As Greasy pushes it into the other end, and a lot, he needs to use that wall. Managed to just get a slight pinch, but not enough, and it's still in their half of the field. A lot now down to the other end of the field, with a Magnus and Metanaris to aim for. Both of them went for it, and that's going to allow a long clearance to come through, and a lot cannot get back in time. An unforced over-rotation.
Will we see a game number 5, everyone? Everyone from Resonant up in that. All 3 in the half of FlipSid Tactics. They were doing good, doing the half defensive things. You don't want to mess that up. You don't want to do the hiccups. FlipSid have really struggled at mounting in plays when they have anyone contesting them. Try and keep those there.
Into the corner, Makaduda leaves it a lot. Now with a long clearance of his own, now Magnus has an opportunity to redirect the ball, but could not get contact. Metanaris tries to just drop onto the ball. He's not going to be anywhere near that. And now passing play between Makaduda and Cooksey. Cooksey with the follow-up, 2-0. FlipSid Tactics looking much better all of a sudden.
This isn't the FlipSid we just saw last game. Look at that. Look at that
they
touch.
scored. That, clearly not.
They scored twice.
I know.
In a row.
That's an infinite increase.
It's just so much.
Even I can do that cast of math.
But that right there is the passing play that we see from FlipSid. Usually, they finally are able to bring it out, and now Resonant might want to get a little bit scared. They are 1 game away from qualifying for the regional playoffs, but they are not out of the woods yet.
Metanaris gets to that one before Greasy. Cook's now going to be by himself in the net. Brought out by Magnus. Metanaris turns that one in. Lovely touch. I don't know how much he knew about it, but double touching off the wall gives the open goal.
Let's count it real quick. 1, 2, 3. I think it was 3. I think 2.
That was 3. That
Yeah.
was definitely 3.
I don't know if the 3 were intentional, but have to know that someone's following through. They might even alter it a bit. You don't want to dedicate to that. If you're a defender, you have to wait until the moment where you know that whoever is following that ball doesn't have any more touches before you can.
I believe that the intent was correct. I think that was what he was going for, just not in that particular way. But he will not complain whatsoever. Resonant find themselves now only 1 goal away. Almost a Doomsday dish coming up from Metanaris. I would call it that every single time. Pass from a lot over to Magnus. A lot with the follow-up, but that's not going to be too much trouble for FlipSid Tactics. As Cooksey just lofts that one over into their opponent's corner. Metanaris can find Magnus yet again, and these cutting infield plays are so dangerous. Resonant launch it into the net.
I love that Metanaris did not get the trap, so instead he looks for a teammate, gives the power to Magnus, cuts it across, and he slams it through. Both Marquis Duda and Greasy Meister tying it up. Resonant want this so bad.
Resonant, you've got to remember, this is everything to them. It might mean a little bit less to FlipSid, but this is their everything. And now, 3 goals on the trot, they have taken the lead.
What is happening? Cannot believe this right off of kickoff. A solo play from Magnus. Everyone going for boost. We know it's a controversial subject. Who knows what's happening, but it's up to the guy going for the ball to try his best. If he knows his teammates are going for boost, don't let it die and don't let it go towards your net.
I mean, how often do you see the player that goes for the kickoff win that heavily and get right next to the ball for the follow-up? So obviously some arguments that can continue to happen there, but for FlipSid Tactics, that was incorrect. Cux here puts that one down. There's not going to be any challenge for him to deal with. 2 players committed to that, but they'll be completely fine as they did not have to double jump into the air. Just immediately return to defense. Greasy should be able to follow that. A lot's there just early. And Magnus eventually clears that one away. We've still got over 2.5 minutes in this game. I actually completely lost track of the time, Carpet.
This all happened so fast. 5 goals. I think that's the most either of these teams have scored in such a short period of time this series yet. The pace from both teams is really ramping up. Resonant they can feel the victory. They know they're 1 game out and now in the lead. They just have to go 2.5 scoreless minutes.
Magnus could not get there in time with the pass to a lot. Now Metznaris, another long clearance. Don't be surprised if we see them turtle up right here. No mistakes will be their motto, and that will take them through to our regional playoffs in 2 weeks' time. A lot tries to get a block on Marky Dudar. Now Marky can try and follow it up, but Magnus there just in time, but still Cooks. First player onto that early shot from him. There's no one back, actually. It was an open net to aim for. And for a player that's trying to chase down that top scorer of the season, he should be turning that one in.
I can't believe nobody was back for that,
I know,
honestly.
I couldn't see it.
Yeah, I saw Cookter take the shot. I'm like, that was lame. Someone's back there. You shouldn't have taken that. And then I realized it was wide open.
What's lamer, taking that shot if someone was in there, or missing the shot when it's completely open?
Fair enough, Shogun.
That was not an answer.
Fair enough.
Shot there from Cooks there. But still blocked yet again. Minute and 26 seconds remaining. Fake from Marky. Passes that one straight out, but Cooks was already trying to rotate towards the middle of the field. It's Cooks, extra touch. Played into the corner. And here comes FlipSid, trying to suffocate their opponents, but played into the corner yet again. Resonant hanging on. They must keep control of boost, though. Magnus has got that one in the corner. That should allow him to solo play it out, and he has managed to do so. Plays it into the middle, looking for a cut across, but was just shut down way too early. FlipSid3 have their opportunity. Marky Dudar with the pass over to Cooksir, launched into the top of the goal. Resonant, you've still got work to do.
Tied up, they now need to score to go through. It is game number 4, though, so even if they lose this, they still have a shot. They're performing so well, but right there you saw everyone in net. No one dedicated for the contest. No one tried to body the initial shot. Everyone tried to make the final destination of the shot. It went in, now tied up with 40 seconds left. I'm smelling an overtime.
I certainly could be as well, although that might just be me. I've spent a lot of time out of my own country, dude. It's not good. It's greasy. Launches that one towards the net. Over to the side of the field. It's going to be opened up. Metznaris is now the final player in defense, but he's not going to have to work with anything there, as Marky Dudar just plays distraction. No one around to finish off that shot. Resonant needs to move the ball forward. 15 seconds remaining in the match. A lot going to come out second to Marky Dudar and Magnus. Long clearance. And a lot try to find Magnus. Once again, early shot. Metznaris turns that one towards the net. Double commit there. Breezymeister's got enough boost to just push this one away. Magnus tries to find the sidewall. A lot cannot follow it up, though, because he was bumped. Still has not touched the floor. FlipSid3 seem to want to take this the entire way. He's going to hit the side of the ramp, so the ball has not touched the floor just yet. Marky Dudar launches it, and that is finally going to put us into overtime.
One more goal for Resonant to make it into the regional playoffs, or will this be their last game of RLCS Season 3?
This is certainly the question to be answered. FlipSid3, the gatekeepers between them and a continued life in this tournament. Played off the sidewall. Breezymeister turns it onto net. A lot forced to get the save, and Magnus cleans it up. Janitor duty for him, but he does it oh so well. Magnus eventually comes in, puts this into the blue half. It's Breezy straight into the middle. That should be dealt with by a lot. Long clearance from him. He's got Metznaris to aim for, but Cooksir makes that one his. A lot passes that over to Magnus. Magnus turns that one off the sidewall, and Metznaris has actually found himself side on. Marky Dudar with a bump on him as well. Might have actually helped him get back to the net. And that was their opportunity, though, for Resonant. Follow up, Greasy. He's got no challenge onto him. Resonant Esports, you are going to have to do it in Game 5, because FlipSid3 have taken the win.
It's Game 5 Sunday. You heard it here, folks. It's Game 5 Sunday. I cannot believe this. Resonant so close. That shot off the side was so close.
And they were leading as well.
This is so stressful. Resonant now, they have to do this. FlipSid seems to finally, after nearly 10 games, are ramping up towards what seems to be finally standard FlipSid3 play. It's taken them so long to feel natural. A lot of the choices they're making don't seem like the ones they're comfortable with. They're clearing it out. I think both teams are kind of suffering from, I'm going to clear it, and if you happen to be up there, you should go for a redirect, as opposed to, hey, I see you, you're a target, I'm shooting it at you, which seems to be the big difference in the small plays that are making the shot opportunities.
Yeah, I do really want to point out Greasy Meister, though, in that game. He played out of his mind,
Yeah.
recording himself a 1K point game. Remember, the points in private matches are halved, still scoring 1,000 points in a regular game. Really rare, really impressive from him. Just seems like he's just dragging Cooksir and Marky Dudar by the scruff of the neck and just going, "Guys, we're going to win this."
I mean, generally, Cooksir and Marky Duda are the louder ones, but they seem to be quiet pretty much all of today. Greasy Meister is just kind of the glue. He's like, guys, we can't fall apart just yet. We have this, and it's Game 5 Sunday, so let's get it to Game 5. I just cannot believe we've seen so many Game 5s today.
I know, it's been pretty ridiculous, but that's what EU has been all season long. So why would they change just for week number 5, our final week of regular season league play? Resonant. This is all or nothing for them. They must win this game. Otherwise, Penta will move on to the next round. And we will say goodbye to them. Magnus. I'm going to put that one off the backboard, but it's going to be no follow-up. Magnus actually gets the demo. Also look for Cooksir. But no dice for him. A lot. Couldn't get anything onto that. As Magnus plays off the sidewall, passing play over to Marky Dudar off the backboard. Cooksir's going to follow that one up, puts that one down, and save there from a lot, but not quite enough. Greasy Meister with the follow-up.
Such a good read from a lot, but sadly it's going to go in vain, the follow-through. That first touch from Marky Dudar was great to Cooksir, knowing that no one was down for it. You can go for the backboard touches when you know that your opponents have overcommitted. He noticed no one was back there, he hits it off it, and just 1, 2, 3 touches later, an open net.
Greasy tries to block that one, and he is not able to. Magnus there convincingly first. Greasy with a pass out to Cooksir, but a lot will take control of what was quite loose pass as Cooksir decided to rotate himself backwards. Magnus now off the backboard. Can he try and follow up for a double touch? No, Marky Dudar will not allow that to happen. The panic has got to be settling in right now. Yes, there is 4 minutes remaining, but players don't tend to think about that when everything is on the line like this. They will want to score immediately, and this is a good opportunity for a lot. Gets that one pass straight down, but Metznaris tried to jump into it, but beat to the ball by Greasy Meister. They might have an extra opportunity, but Marky Dudar and Cooksir both get that one over into the corner. FlipSid Tactics almost teasing Resonant right now with how close they are getting to this net.
1 goal up right now, and FlipSid still unrelenting on attack, trying to put as many shots on target to just keep Resonant in their half, not allow them to try and catch them off guard.
Cooksir plays that one from the sidewall. Marky Dudar, backflip actually from him. He's going to allow a lot to go 1v1 yet again. He did it earlier on, could not get the bump onto Greasy Meister. Magnus with the fake, but Greasy reads it.
Cannot believe Greasy was able to put his car in the way of both the fake and the potential dribble. A shot to Marky, who is backwards, but he gets a surprisingly good touch.
Magnus looking for a double tap. Gets that one just into a somewhat available area for his teammates. That's going to be a shot, hits the crossbar. Metznaris thinking better of moving forward, but now he's going to have to let Magnus move in. Here's a lot, uses the backboard. Here's the follow-up there. Metznaris could not come in with any momentum, so no power on the shot. Was pretty much under the ball before he hit it.
It was great placement, but just not enough power.
Metznaris looks for a double tap. That is how you do it right there. Metznaris equals up this matchup.
With all this pressure, he still manages this shot, coming off the sidewall, fluttering his boost, getting a nice pirouette on the way there as well, dropping that perfectly into that. Tied up 1-1. Resonant fighting to stay alive.
It's like he was spinning his car in the air and just going, all right, which part of this car is the best part of this car to hit the ball with? Now this bit will put the ball too high. Now this bit, there won't be enough power on the shot. This bit, this is just right. And now we are tied up. Resonant clinging on for their competition lives. As a lot turns this one off the sidewall. Metznaris committing to that one. Metznaris a little bit trigger happy, I'm seeing right now, with those double jumps. Try and get goals. That's going to pull him out of plays for a considerable amount of time, so might want to reconsider that. Greasy getting that off the backboard. No follow-up though, because a lot is there first. But FlipSid Tactics have got their opportunity to force this game into a bit more of a clench situation. Let's go for that one.
Oh yeah, we're going to change it up. Gibbs might get triggered.
Well, it turns out when I can't talk, I sound like Gibbs. What does that tell you? Magnus puts that one up high. Cooksir. It's my very last cast before I go home, dude. I'm getting them all out right now. The lot is going to continue to follow. It could not get contact. Greasy takes control, but Magnus puts that one down. Is there any follow-up? Yes, there is. Until Marky Dudar came in with the save. But Resonant still on the offense. A lot can turn himself around. And that block from Greasy Meister gets the clearance. A lot. And the rest of Resonant refusing to go away right now. Greasy Meister, long looping clearance only over to the path of Magnus. And whilst this rotation has not been all that tight so far by Resonance, they are doing a very good job of trapping FlipSid in their half.
They are just absolutely bullying every ball, contesting everything they can, not even allowing Marky to get that clear. Metz contesting that. Breezy has to try and get this touch back. Cooks here left all alone in net. They are just in the way of everything.
And a lot's going to follow up after a poor touch from Kuxir. Metzenaris now off the backboard yet again. Is there a follow-up? Yes, there is! Magnus, top right corner! And they could be going through to our regional playoffs.
With 50 seconds left, Magnus keeps his cool to come up for this. Outpacing Marky Duda and Cooks here. Metzenaris gets him the pass. 1 goal up, 50 seconds. Can they do it?
They have been in this position before. Resonant were 1 goal up in the previous game. They ended up giving it away and losing in overtime. They cannot afford for that to happen yet again. Metzenaris ends up passing that one straight out to Marky Duda. Magnus clears it. Only over to the oncoming path of Cooks, who's actually got that in a perfect position for Greasy Meister, but a lot. The standout player for me right now. Just in the way yet again. 27 seconds remaining here. Greasy with the pass out. Kuxir was waiting, but Magnus doesn't want to see any of that. A lot flicks that one up a little bit too early, but backflip there from Marky Duda. A lot turns that one off the crossbar, but Greasy there early on. 14 seconds now. Hold on, Resonant, if you can. Marky Duda plays that one down. Metzenaris, though, into the corner. This is more time being wasted for Resonant. They need this. They want this. Cooks in 97 with the last throw of the dice for FlipSid Tactics. Marky up on the side. Greasy Meister is in position. Hits the floor, and Resonant Esports have made it.
Of all of the teams to be their deciding game, it's against FlipSid Tactics, and who would think they'd do it so promisingly? All the way to a game 5, they kept their cool even under pressure, knowing the FlipSid, all they had to do was just play. Resonant had all of the pressure on them. They keep it all the way to the very end.
Commiserations to Penta, who have now been eliminated from Season 3 of the RLCS. I don't know what to say. They really look good throughout the end of the season, but it was not enough. Penta are out.
And seriously, at the very end here of Resonant, this last game and a half, if that Resonant shows up in the regional playoffs, they are looking very good to have a spot and land. And as far as the mini competition goes on FlipSid Tactics, I think Cooksier had the goals. I don't think Marky actually scored a single time.
The only winner on FlipSid for me is Greasy.
Yeah, no, Greasy really kept that team together. Cooksier and Marky Duda seemed just kind of out of the loop for a while there, but fantastic play from Resonant Esports of all the series to be the deciding game, and they take it to a game 5 and win it. Congratulations to them.
Yep, certainly was. We will see these two teams play again in 2 weeks' time. However, that is us done over here from the broadcast.